Hey, what's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. It is your girl, Miss Honey, here for another episode of analysis. Right now, we are reviewing, analyzing the hottest thing smoking since Cat Williams, you guys. Y'all already know ain't nobody talking about nothing but Cat Williams and Power. Raising, book 3, Raising Kanan, you guys. And we are here to talk about it. It is literally the hottest thing smoking. Episode after episode after episode after episode. The writers are dropping nothing but fire. Let's get into it, right? Because y'all know we don't review no more. Huh? We don't do that. Okay, if you want 15-minute review, you're not going to get that here. Over here, we do episodic, if you will, analysis. If you're new to my channel, you like what you see so far, you into this show, hit subscription button. All my day ones, welcome back. I hope everyone is staying bundled up, snuggled up, cozied up, huh? I hope you got your hot toddy, okay? Because it's gonna be a bumpy ride. Buckle up, children, buckle up, okay? Listen, this is season 3 of Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. This is episode 7, where all are guilty is the name of the episode. It should have been called We All Got Ghosts, huh? We all got skeletons. Right? We all, in some way, are playing a key part in the demise of this whole Mickey freaky train load of debauchery. Huh? Oh, baby, huh? Boy, when I tell you destinies have been set afoot, right? In this season, destinies have been set afoot, right? Okay, they're transpiring. All right, let's just talk about a couple of things before we get going real good with this episode. I am still not sure, but after this episode, I'm leaning more towards the idea that Breeze is in fact Ronnie. That Ronnie is in fact Breeze. Now, we're going to talk about why I'm starting to feel this way, because I have been adamant that I didn't think that Ronnie was Breeze, right? And I'm just thinking, everything I know about Breeze, how can Ronnie be Breeze, right? But then I realized I don't know nothing about Breeze. I don't know nothing about Ronnie. I know Breeze named Ghost. Named James St. Patrick Ghost. I know he gave James that nickname. And I know that he was a little bit older than Kanan. Kanan's a little bit older than James, right? This is what we know. We didn't know anything. We don't know anything else about Breeze outside of that, except that it was James St. Patrick that ends up unaliving Breeze. Okay, in theory, what you guys think, a lot of you guys think, not everybody, a lot of you guys think that Ronnie is that same person, right? Again, I realize when thinking about it, I don't really know anything about Breeze or Ronnie. So in that vein, it's up for grabs. But we're going to talk about why I think maybe they may be leaning that way, and maybe it's not necessarily true yet. Okay, let's talk about it. Howard is, as we know, Kanan's daddy, and he groomed Rock to be his CI, and then his baby mama slept with the girl, Rock, when she was a young teenager, right, and got her pregnant with Kanan. This is what we know facts-wise. Otherwise, we know he a full-time snitch, right? He's working under the guise that he is saving Kanan, that he's looking out for Kanan. He's looking out for Kanan's best interest. And it has evolved into this place where he's really looking out for himself. He's really doing a lot, spending a lot of time trying to cover for himself, right? Okay. he gets more Marvin intel, and he has to lend some sort of commentary to their theory about Marvin. He does it really kind of delicately, and at the same time, he notices Scrap's mom there at the jail, and she talking to Ping. And so, thinking fast, he says, hey, you know what? Instead of using himself to incriminate Marvin or to bring Marvin's MO, you know what I'm saying, criminal activities to light, hey, talk to Ping. Now, Ping may not know very much, or what he know might not necessarily be harmful, but at the same time, he kind of separates himself from the Marvin conversation. And he need to go see what's going on with Scrap Mama, because he is directly related into why Scrap ended up getting unalived, right? So he says, y'all need to talk to Ping. Tells Ping go talk to the task force. Ping is like, really? Because this could put me on the map. He was, and Howard was like, that's fine. You owe me one. Then he goes sit down and he talked to Scrap Mama. And he learned everything that she know. At the same time, he putting a little salt in her ideas and thoughts. Because you say the man was drunk. She tells him after he forces her to, really forces her hand and says, she said, Lou Thomas told me that my son was actually murderized. And he said, well, now you got to give me all the facts, all the details, da-da-da-da-da. And she said, well, listen, he came over and he from what I could make out, what do you mean make out? Did he say it or didn't he say it? He said, well, he was drunk. And he said, now, so this the word of a drunk? He said, listen, don't tell nobody else this. Don't bring this up. This is big. He said, this could get you killed, right? And we'll never get to the bottom of everything. You need to hold this tight to your vest and let me do some investigation. And she agrees. That's fine. He, at the same time, he don't realize he's now connecting himself to Scrap's mom's. If something happened to Scrap Mom, he's connecting himself to her as well, right? Because the task force saw you go and take Scrap's mom's off Ping's hands and take them into your own hands. You sitting there in an interrogation room with a pen and a pad, and you ain't made no notes. Now, maybe you're going to do it later. I don't know. But I'm saying you connecting yourself with Scrap's mom also ultimately will connect him with Scrap's mom's death. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Now, the task force is on to him. I still believe that. They may not know that they own to him. They may not know that he's the one that is derailing yet, but they know something is going on. They just may not know that they know. You get what I'm saying? I still stand by that they own to Howard. They probably just don't know that they own to Howard. Okay? Listen. We see where Burke's daddy come and pick up her belongings, and Howard does feign sincerity. We see where he learns he's a shoe-in for the narcotics job, right? He's dropping, all he did was go ask the man if he could take the job. And ever since then, he pretty much saying it's mine. It's in the bag. It's already done. Barring just something really egregious, he's going to the narcotics division, child. He's going to be ace #1 narcotic detective. If nothing really, 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 really bad comes out. At the same time, we done seen Burke Daddy twice in this episode. Right? You're directly related in the unaliving of Burke. Huh? Now we done tied you to Scrap's mom. And as soon as they tie Marvin to Rock and Rock to you, remember you took up for Rock. You co-signed Rock's story, right? You remember all of that? Yeah, you all up in this. You covered in it. You covered in it. We see where he goes and he talks to Rock. And he tells Rock about everything that's going on, right? Makes a beeline to talk to Rock. We see where Adina, Burke's girlfriend, meets up with Burke's daddy in the park. And the interaction proves that these two, there may be a setup going on at Howard, but these two ain't in on it. Not as of right now. These two are not in on it. He gives Burke, gives a peace off and a picture of her and Burke, and you ought to have all that. It's them in the academy and that type of thing. And she's cold and callous because she really don't want to have nothing to do with none of these people, and she's trying to get her stuff together and move forward. And everybody keep trying to bring her back in this. Right? They talk a little bit about how Burke was obsessed with Howard. And the last thing she says before she leaves, she tells him she don't want to talk about none of this no more. Captain Burke. When she said Captain Burke, something went in his eyes. His eyes was like, oh, it was like she kind of reminded him he was a captain in the police force, and then has the capacity to look further should he feel the need to. You got all the tools and the skill set through your these many years of your time on the task force, Captain. Huh? You wondering how what was really going on, Captain? Get on out there and see what's going on. Okay, so that's Howard. We about to talk about Rock. Listen, Rock goes to talk to the Asian, the one that Unique was able to win over after Little Linguini sent him over there to talk to the Asian man, and she oversells, right? She exceeds. He was impressed with Unique, right? But when he met Rock, baby, he realized. At first, he pushes back. She has a plan. I'm gonna take over. He said if Unique wasn't able, he kept telling that soil he wasn't able to get nothing to grow over there. She said, listen, if you think I'm just gonna do one business, if you think that's all I'm gonna do is just work out of one business, it's not worth my time. She said, I build empires. Okay. When you look at Rock, Thomas, you looking at a conglomerate, huh? I come in and take over, right? Okay. Okay, I build empires. Okay, give me 2 months and you will see me and you both gonna be sitting on top of the world. Oh, she sold it. She sold it. And then comes out of the situation with a better deal than Unique had. Rock learns about Lou in the meantime. Like I say, Howard made a beeline and told Rock. And Rock, of course, she takes no blame, no responsibility for any of it. She takes it and punts it right. Narcissism, true narcissism, right? She takes it back and punts it back over to Howard and tells him, you the reason why Scrap got killed if you want to get down to it. Dry snitching wrong, didn't have all your facts. You the reason why. What you know about this task force they got going on? He don't say nothing about Marvin. He said that's all. They ain't got nothing. They just looking around. I really don't have any more details right now. She was like, yeah, you know what you're dealing with, Rock. You know what you're dealing with. It's fine. He useful for now. We see where she then goes straight to Marvin. They meet at the Golden Palace, the actual spot where Unique was working out of. They go meet. She had Marvin meet her there. And she was like, we got to go in here and talk to these Asian mother duckers, okay, and get this straight. We got to sell it. We got to win it, right? Listen. And she said, and this loose situation got me sick. Marvin said, I thought I passed out. I passed out and woke up and passed out again when I heard what this ninja had done. I'm just as shocked and appalled as you are. Is he crazy? Has he lost his mind? You better get this straight, Marvin. You best get your brother straight. Huh? You better get this straightened up and cleaned up, because Scrap Mama, if she told one, she gonna tell 20. And before this thing hit the street and get out and becomes a rumor, a hoax, a urban legend, whatever, you and Lou better get this straight. She leave it all at Marvin's doorstep. All of it, the whole problem. Deal with it. And then she goes inside and she handles the Asians proper. Listen, is it me? Has anybody else noticed that the husband and the wife team at the Golden Palace speaks perfect English when they talking to Rock? For some reason, her presence commands a different level of respect. It's throwing me off a little bit. I'm just saying, y'all was a lot of yang, yang, yang when y'all was talking to Unique, right? Right? But when you talking to Rock and y'all telling her everything, Rock learns everything. They work their restaurant, they just manage it. They don't own it. They uncle own it, or the cousin uncle or something own it. And he owned 20 other places. And she said, well, when can I talk to this person? And they said, well, you can talk to him right now. He's sitting over there eating the number 37. And it's Marvin that peeps it. It's Marvin that peeps it. Okay? Marvin and Rock make a good team. Now, we remember we used to see Lou and Rock worked together as a team. But Lou wasn't as involved. Lou did not shake a lot of the tidbits and tea and create opportunities for more conversation the way that Marvin has. Marvin, just by being himself, creates conversation. She goes over and she talks to this Asian man, and it's Marvin's whole interaction that breaks this man's guard down. And not only tell Rock, after he tell her he don't want to have nothing to do with it, she tells him how she could parlay his money and make money. They make a deal. He want to go be a partner with her. Before she can co-sign on this partnership, she got to get a list of his restaurants. He asks for a piece of paper and writes them all down, every single location. Huh? And Marvin is still over there like, the number 37, the number 37, number 37, right? It's the perfect distraction for Rock to go in and easily extract her own intel that she then uses, okay, to collect background. She does her due diligence, and she formulates a plan for world dominance. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. Yes, Rock is a narcissist, okay? But the girl does know how to handle business, huh? She ends up hurting, killing, and destroying everything she touches because she always puts herself, her own wants, and her own needs first, right? True narcissist, but the girl do know how to handle business, huh? Okay, all right. Okay, so we see where she then locates, after how she does her due diligence, she follows their supply trucks and takes it back to one warehouse. She learns that the man that manages that warehouse, he and his brother, who is probably number 37, if he ain't number 37, he the other dude, the other top Asian dude with the long, the one that Unique talked to. One of them his brother. I don't know who, but I got a suspicion it's number 37 is his brother, right? They own this same warehouse that take all of their restaurants, their food, their forks, plates, tableware, all that stuff. She discovers all of this. She discovers all of this. Why? Why does she have time and place to do all this? Because she got Marvin working on her Lou problem. She got Howard, she think, working on her task force problem, right? Okay, she got Juke over there keeping an eye on her Kanan problem. Listen, let's wrap Rock up. Okay, we see where Rock learns about Pops and Snaps and Kanan, and that Fame is moved out, okay? And it's too late right now, Rock. I know, I can see the look in your eyes. You thought you could get Kanan back, but now you hearing all of this, you realize, it may be too late to get Kanan back. It may be a little bit too late to get Kanan back. Meanwhile, Kanan's over there at Marjorie Harvey's apartment, about to get swallowed up. He finna get swallowed up, huh? He ain't really been right since Palomar left. You over here building empires, which it is admirable, but your son is about to get swallowed up, huh? By Crystal and Ronnie and these streets. Okay, let's talk about it real quick, what we know about Rock. Rock is just like her mama. Except she ain't begging nobody for nothing, you guys. Not her son, not her brothers, okay, and not these ninjas in the out here in these streets either, okay. Which is crazy because, like I said, her and Marvin make a really, really, really great team, a perfect team, okay. Is Rock one of our titans? We like to call her a titan, but a titan got to have a enemy to fight, a foe to fight, right? We've been saying all this time that Ronnie seems like he may be the bigger titan to go against Rock. When is Rock and the two titans, Rock and Tiny, Ronnie and Rock gonna clash? I beg to differ. I think the bigger titan here for Rock to fight is Kanan. Look like to me In this episode, Ronnie is grooming Kanan to be the bigger titan that's ultimately going to end up fighting with his own mama. I'm just saying, let's move on. Let's move on to number 3. We're going to talk about it. Let's talk about Kanan, you guys. Come on, let's do it. Listen. Kanan and Ronnie, I got them clustered together. They're our number 3 cluster analysis. Listen. Ronnie rolling down on all of Kanan's enemies, you guys. Okay? He like old cat. He go out and get him a mouse child and bring it right to the owner's door. Every time he go out, he come back with a different little dead bird for a broken winged bird that he done collapsed his lung and threw it down here at Kanan's feet. Okay, he rolled down on Paul, kicked the man's door in, have his boys hem him up and take him down to Kanan's apartment. Meanwhile, you picking up Paul's coat and hanging it in the right order on the coat rack, but you don't close the door. Get out of here. Get out of here with this part-time OCD. Get out of here, Ronnie, with this part-time OCD. I just bring it up because why are they building this character up in this way? He's OCD. He's got a big boy clothes. You know what I'm saying? And he's not a bully. He's menacing. He is menacing. You can menace while lurking. You know what I'm saying? You can look somebody in the eye, and you know how people say, look them in the eye, show them you a man. He uses it to menace, to intimidate, right? Right up in your space. Huh? And then he radiates rage. Take Paul in there and submits Paul to Kanan. And Kanan is feeling like I'm sitting on top of the world, right? My boys don't like the way you was talking about the police, dog. It's the way he was talking. It's like you're constantly reminded that this is a 16-year-old kid because he's doing a great job emulating, right? Emulating. We talking about Ronnie and Kanan, you guys. Kanan is doing a good job emulating. You know he a gangster now, huh? Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that Kanan is a gangster now? Right? Listen, and when you a gangster, you can't have feelings. When you a gangster, you can't care. A la Rock. Y'all know Rock don't have no feelings. Rock don't care, right? Ronnie ain't got no feelings. Ronnie don't care, right? He's doing a great job emulating those people. These people, these other gangsters. But every now and then, like in this conversation with Juke that we're going to talk about a little bit later, that voice get a little crackly, right? You get a little giggly. You know what I'm saying? Ah, Juke, cut it out. You know, that tickles you, that tickle. Yeah, you a gangster now. Gangsters can't care. And he's trying to give this whole, moment of I run this. These my people. This my gang. You know what I'm saying? This execution of force is coming from me. It is not. It's coming from Ronnie. Just using you as the face of it. Why they shaking Paul down and making him pee on himself? Through sheer force. Ronnie does it. Through sheer force and intimidation. Kanan giggles on the outskirts. Like a 16-year-old child. Yeah. Fame come in, he happy-go-lucky. You know what I'm saying? He whistles all the way to his own doom and demise. He whistles, he skips all the way there. Right? You just going to the candy store and to your death. And to your death, Fame. When he walks into it, when Fame walks into the middle of this whole, the menacing of Paul, Kanan's like, what you doing here? Right? Like, no, what you doing here? Right? Fame was like, well, I just came to get some of my stuff. And Ronnie was like, he said, don't worry, I'll leave. This is what Fame say. Ronnie said, you ain't got to go. Where you going? Why you here? He questions him, just breaks him all the way down, right? And Fame don't come with no quick snapbacks. Ronnie learns something. Fame is acting scared and oh no, I don't see nothing. I don't know nothing. Right, real weak, like Ronnie notices, right, and Kanan kind of acknowledges, was like, because Ronnie takes Paul in his pissy pants and takes it back to his apartment, clean him up, right? You pissed your pants, huh? And then so Fame is like, Lord, I'm so sorry. I stopped by because the reason and Kanan was like, quit talking to me like we friends. I'm going to go make sure he don't kill Paul. And by the time we get back, you need to be gone. Now, he was doing you a favor. But like I said, you like to whistle on your way to your own demise. Huh? You like to skip and play hopscotch on the way to your own undoing, Fame. Ooh, I'm so pissed at you. Ooh, I'm so pissed at Fame in this episode. I just realized how upset I was at Fame. Okay, listen. So, Fame decides he gonna go in there. He gonna gather his stuff. He got a gun. He gonna put the gun in his waistband. No, I'm gonna put it in the bag. I'm gathering the rest of my stuff, and I'm gonna get out of here. And before he can get gone, in comes Ronnie. In comes Kanan. Now, Ronnie done left Paul over in his apartment with his goons. Now he's here, and he is right here. Okay, this Fame face, this his face. He right here. And he goes through this whole diatribe about how his mama don't like him. Fame, where you going? To my mama's house. Why would your mama want you at her house? Because I'm her son. That don't, just because you her son don't make you your mom's favorite. It didn't make my mama my favorite. It didn't make me my mom's favorite. It didn't cause my mom to love me anymore. Oh, it's a little fact about Ronnie. We're learning about Ronnie here. Ronnie didn't feel like he was loved by his mama. Okay, now this kind of stuff can breed this type of mental instability. Okay, lack of love from your mama is one of the number one reasons why children turn into pure evil. Okay, so Fame is like, okay. He was like, well, maybe it's because you like to talk a lot. You got a lot to say. Kanan said you got a lot to say, and he was looking at Kanan like, Kanan, you told him that? Really? You told him that? And Kanan is like, I didn't know he was going to snap your neck, sir. You kind of on your own, right? At the same time, he watching. Kanan is watching Ronnie. Kanan is studying Ronnie. Like I said, he's going to eventually start to emulate and implement some of the things that he sees Ronnie doing. The respect that he sees Ronnie garnering, he gonna eat the meat and spit out the bones. I don't think he completely sold on Ronnie. That's why I'm not sure. At the same time, he's completely sold on how Ronnie's doing things in a way that how it helps his business, how it makes him feel more powerful, more strong, more, you know what I'm saying, hard out here in these streets. Okay? But again, we don't know. We don't know if Kanan is pacifying or if he is actually incorporating. You just nice kitty, calm kitty with Kanan, with Ronnie, because Fame is completely demolished. I mean, this man is so close to his lip. If he stuck his tongue out, he touch it. He touched Fame dead on his lip with his tongue. He that close to him. Menacing, intimidating, to the point where, just like he did his brother, he got him lean back. Lean back. Okay? Kanan kind of snaps out of his trance of watching Ronnie work and appreciating Ronnie's talent when it comes to menacing, right? And he not only kind of speaks up a little bit, mostly. You know, nah, Ronnie. Fame keeps things close to himself, close to the chest, mostly. Okay, and then he does a quick Ronnie impression. Okay, he leans in. He says, because he knows if he don't, I'll kick his arse. I'll be the one to end it. You know what I'm saying? In your face. And Fame is like, what day is it? Right? Fame then goes back to his mama house, hides the gun away in a shoebox. She comes in. Oh, he's the good son now. He's the helpful son now. He's the kind son now. He's all of the things. He has so much regret, okay, and forgiveness for his mama because he put her through it. And he see how these streets don't love him. The streets don't welcome him. People you thought your friends ain't your friends no more. And he is scared straight. He just want to go back to some sense of normalcy. Except, Fame, you put the whole dad burn confession on wax, fool. Listen. You put the whole confession on wax, fool. This what you do. Okay? So we see where Juliana oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, this upsets me so much. First we see where Kanan takes Aisha to the movies, right? Now, Aisha got problems. Okay, Aisha got big problems. Aisha got one of them and everybody knows it. Okay, as a matter of fact, Crystal calls her puke box and calls jukebox. You jukebox and Aisha's puke box. Right? Kanan takes Aisha to the movies, and immediately after she doesn't do what he want her to do, they tongue kissing down. And apparently he don't taste the bile and stomach acid in her mouth. But I digress. If you ever had to make out with a drunk person, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, you can taste that throw up in their mouth. But he out there, he's 16 years old, child. He don't know that that's bile and stomach acid you tasting between her teeth. And she don't want to go that far. So she decides she want to go home. Come take me home. He ain't going to take her home. He Ronnie's her. Ronnie's her. Demeans her and tosses her to the curb. He Ronnie's her. Yeah. He rocks her. He rocks her and Ronnie's her. Yeah. You don't matter. You don't matter. I'm the only one that matter. Find your own way home. Yeah. We talking about Kanan and Ronnie. Come on now. I know. Listen. Pernessa has got to be fodder. Pernessa has got to be fodder. If she thinks she can still question Ronnie about his ish in his house, used to be unique house, but he won. He won. He mollywopped him. He brained him. Why you still there, Pernessa? Why you still in this house? Why is you still using your key and coming in here all dignified? Like, didn't this man throw you hard to the ground? Then you say you know your man is dead. Why is you still coming in here questioning this man? This why you fodder. This is why you fodder. I must be mad at Pernessa too. I digress. Listen. Juliana is in there when Pernessa walking in and thinks she gonna question Ronnie. Ronnie tell her to go get your things and go to your mama house. That's where you staying from now on. I came to get some of Jerome's things. Well, gather your things. Gather Jerome's things. Everything you can carry. Everything you want. Because you can't come back here. This is basically what they're telling me. Send her on. And she say, ain't that the woman from the bodega? Why would you point that out? Why? Why would you point that out? I don't get it. Why did you have to say it? Just ignorant, just dumb. Listen, Juliana is in there leaning real scary, like she was giving them kisses. It was almost like she was trying to avoid them claws too, like she was like, oh, just gonna She said, I want to feel good, and I want to make you feel good, and I want you to make me feel good. So basically, she in here trying to get Ronnie to part his lips just a little bit so we can kiss like regular people. Ronnie was just like, and she was like, you know what I'm saying? Juliana give me power top. Okay, she's a power top, and I believe Ronnie is a closeted flexible bottom. I think Ronnie is a closeted sexual, flexible bottom. That's what I think. I'm just gonna keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Because it looked like Juliana like to pour hot wax on your back and make you lay on a bed of needles, right? And it looked like Ronnie like jumper cables to the anus. Red and black. Make sure they don't touch. You know what I'm saying? It looked like this how they get down in this BDSM sadomasochistic. Like this would be a sick alliance. This alliance, Juliana and Ronnie, is sick in more ways than one. It's like Texas Chainsaw Massacre meets I mean, it's a mess. It's a mess. Okay? If she gets a chance to wield Ronnie as a tool, as a means to destroy, it is going to be bad. Because, baby, when I tell you she right in his ear, like I say, she's a power top. And Ronnie's a closeted, flexible bottom. All right. Juliana reminds Ronnie that Pernessa is a threat. She's seen us together, and she don't like you, right? And he say Pernessa ain't no problem. You ain't got to worry about Pernessa. And she say, yeah, you do have to worry about family. Enemies are especially dangerous. She don't like you. Enemies are especially dangerous, especially when it's your family. Now I don't know if she telling Ronnie this for his benefit or hers, because Ronnie eliminates all of his benefits. You the one that's moving behind your family's back. You the one that's stabbing your family in the back, right? Are you an enemy of Joaquin? Huh? Y'all, sidebar, I do believe Joaquin is the one that's gonna get at Juliana. He gonna get at Juliana. All right. I don't know how much longer Ronnie's gonna have this connect. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay. We see where Ronnie sets up Kanan's apartment, so everybody that comes in that apartment has to come past him and his boys. And now on the front end, it looks like protection, doesn't it? But it's really imprisonment and isolation. You ain't gonna be able to have nothing. And listen, this how girls get trained. This how girls get trained down. Y'all know what I mean by trained down, right? You going to see your boyfriend at his apartment. You don't realize that ain't his apartment no more. That's the gang's apartment. That's the group's apartment. And you got to walk past all these men folk to get in there. And you're going to have to walk past all these men folk to get out. It's an intimidation tactic, right? He's commandeering Kanan. What Kanan has already established, he's commandeering it. And then he has say-so on who comes and who goes. You're eliminating fame. Paul was never a consequence. You just using Paul to buy more favor, to garner more favor from Kanan, to seem more useful to Kanan. But same thing with Juke. When Juke comes over, right? Okay, but thanks to Juke, we learn, okay, that Ronnie is intimidated, by strong female energy. It knocks him off his square. Okay, Juke has to push her way into Kanan's apartment, and when Ronnie goes out and sees what the commotion, he said that's Kanan's cousin, right? Because Juke then already took a magazine and rolled it up and popped Ronnie on his nose already. She did that at the club last episode. Okay, all right. Let's mean it. She don't even acknowledge him over there eating that out of a big old mixing bowl full of cereal. And then she goes at Kanan because she know Kanan done went around here and dissed Aisha at the movie theater. I told you messing up with Aisha was gonna mess up my music. Juke, it's not a big deal. She too doggone young. And Juke don't want to hear it, okay? She pushes him hard. She said, I don't wipe snot from your nose, sir. She takes a mirror and she puts it right up to his face. Ninja, you a 16-year-old boy out here running with thugsters. Huh? You so big and so bad you don't realize you falling off this hard, that this life leads you nowhere. It's going nowhere. Don't raise up at me like you some sort of kingpin. Don't do that. Don't do that. Right? And Ronnie is like, ooh, 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 Kanan, that dog. You know, you can see in Ronnie's eyes, he don't want no parts of Juke. He don't want to really wrestle with Juke. Juke reads mail. Right? Juke will read you the chapters of your own life. He don't want no part of that. Same thing with Juliana. Juliana, she makes him feel a type of way, right? And that within itself can knock you off your game when what you have built yourself up as a brick wall. Boom, machine, I'm a juggernaut, I'm a monster, nothing hurts me, I'm a big dog, no one checks Ronnie. Right? Okay, but I peeped it. And in saying that, Juke, Juliana, maybe that's why he ain't stepped the rock yet. Maybe this why he hadn't stepped the rock yet. Maybe this why he can't be Breeze. I don't know. Maybe this is exactly why he is Breeze. Because Rock ain't stepped to him yet. I don't know. I'm just telling you why I'm starting to second guess myself. Ronnie offers to talk to Juke for Kanan. And Kanan draws a line there. He says no. He shuts it all down. He said, don't go near my family. Don't mess with my family. You're not to involve you. Now, all this other stuff you're doing out here with Paul and Fame, I don't care nothing about them. They're you know, that's a loss I can take, but not my family. You're not finna do that. Huh? Right? You already letting him know you got a point of weakness, Kanan. Okay? Ronnie instead takes all that anger and that venom and he goes over to intimidate Pernessa. He drops it at her door. Okay? Duke scared him a little bit, made him pee a little bit in his cereal. And he went over there and intimidated Pernessa and let her know that Jerome, you all Jerome got. You need to tread lightly out here in these streets. I'm letting you know I don't have no problem snapping your neck. Oh, she was scared, but we finna see how scared you really are. Because Pernessa, you forget real fast. All right? So that's Ronnie and Kanan. Let me say this last few things about Kanan. Kanan's a gangster. Remember, you can't care if you're a gangster, right? Juke reminds him that he's still 16. He her little cousin. And she said, I will fight you. I will fight you. And at the end of the day, when you really look at it, Kanan, you ain't nothing but a little boy. You ain't nothing but a little boy, right? When Ronnie menaced Fame, you can see Kanan watching Ronnie. Okay, learning from him. When he snaps out of it enough to save Fame's life, you can then see him implement what he learned from Fame. He turns and intimidates his own friend himself. Now, I know y'all said he did it before, but he did it differently. Now, he's using those in close. You know what I'm saying? Intimidating. Hard, heavy talking. You know what I'm saying? Non-negotiable conversation, right? He sees it works with Fame. He does it. Right? Okay, it's fine. Listen, that is Ronnie and Kanan. Let's now talk about Juke, okay? Juke Group Butter is got a mall gig. And like I said, Aisha's got either bulimia or anorexic. Okay, and everybody knows Crystal is a skank. Okay, when Kanan comes to pick up Aisha for the movies, she's in the bathroom talking to Juke, and she assures Juke that she is trying to get a handle on this throwing up thing, right? And Kanan is out there talking to Marjorie Harvey, right? Crystal done got in her mind that she want Kanan for herself. And even though Juke warns her and says, he's with Aisha, you need to let that go. And she tells her, Crystal tells her, F you. Yeah, you can't stop my hoeing. This high hoes hoe. Abduct you, Juke. And Juke is like, oh, don't tease me with a good time. Juke's got a lot going on. She ain't interested in the military no more, you guys. She don't even want to do that. She got a mall gig, okay? And we now know that that is completely, I mean, okay. You got a mall gig. She got a friend that's got a eating disorder of some sort. And she got a whole cousin out here that's a whole drug dealer out here in these streets. Okay? And she puts, you know what I'm saying, after she puts a hard mirror to Kanan's face twice, right? Cause she did check him when she was before he went to the movie theater with Aisha. She did check him there too. She did let him know you running with these old gangsters. Nothing good can come from this, right? And then she goes later on after she learns what he does to Aisha in the movie theater, and she goes and puts the hard mirror up to his face again, trying to get him to be accountable, trying to get him to really, really listen. This ain't no fly-by-night play thing, Kanan. You really solidifying yourself as a man in these streets, which means you're gonna have to live with every piece and part of this. Okay. All right, so then she goes and she tells Rock about Kanan. Now, it's implied that she mentions Ronnie, but we don't get to see her mention Ronnie right in front of Rock because up until this point, we have not gotten a real good look at Rock's face as it pertains to Ronnie. It's almost like she don't consider Ronnie a threat, or she considers Ronnie a threat that she has to deal with later. She has to deal with in a particular way. In other words, I need to go and build this empire and try to get me a team together and try to get, you know what I'm saying, soldiers to fight. So when I go to war with Ronnie and all these old heads that he got behind him, I really have, you know, I have a means of fighting. I have a way of really going head to head with this guy. But ultimately, you guys know I've already said it. Is Ronnie the Titan that Rock is gonna fight, or is it gonna be Kanan? Y'all let me know. Y'all put that down below, okay? Okay, that's Jude. Now, lastly, we're gonna talk about Marvin and Lou, you guys. Ooh, this a mess. This a mess. First things first, Marvin is babysitting Gerald. To what end, you guys? To what end is Marvin babysitting Gerald? The only thing I can see of this relationship with Marvin coming, Marvin's relationship with Gerald coming out to be something of value is if they frame Gerald like they frame Crown. Right? Because Marvin goes to see Gerald, and when he's walking up to the house, he's taking Gerald a picture of Juke. Silly. I don't know why. I have no idea why you done went all the way over this hot man's house to show him a picture of your daughter. He sees two little heads in the car, and he goes in, and it's Gerald's daughters. He got them outside in a cold car while he inside shooting up. When he come to the door, now I know I've already said I think Gerald is the ops. I think Gerald is definitely going to try to be the ops. I do think so. I think when it comes down to him getting money for drugs or getting out of doing drugs, he is going to easily try to talk against Marvin. Even though Marvin done did all this stuff for him. But when Gerald came to that door, I said to myself, to what end is this whole relationship coming to? Why are they showing us Gerald in this manner? Is he the ops? Or he just a junkie? Or is he just a junkie? In this episode, he comes across real junkie. We've seen Gerald in his office. Okay, we've seen Gerald on the park bench. Okay, we've seen Gerald with two other white men in a hotel. But we get to see how junky Gerald is. He got red raw holes all up in his arm. He don't know if his daughter's been outside 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or 2 hours. Okay. He's talking about how his wife, she is not there to take care of the kids because she got him strung out, and she could be up the street behind a dumpster or whistling from the graveyard. Can't go to his family because he done stole from them like a junkie. I don't understand how you out here stealing people's TVs and stoves and refrigerator, Gerald, and you got TV and stove and refrigerator in your own house. I was going to say you a functional addict, but it looks like to me you might be strung out like you a junkie. right? Because why wouldn't your family at least take the kids? They ain't got to accept you, but they could at least take your girls. It just the math ain't mathing. This makes Gerald fodder too, but to what end? I think if Marvin is able to recover from the task force having his name in their mouths, it's gonna be because he puts it all on Gerald, some sort of way. Some sort of way. I don't know yet, but this is my idea about Marvin and Gerald, okay? It just throws me off a little bit because I'm like, Marvin, how can a junkie help Jude? Oh, I guess because he a Caucasian junkie. Okay? But he still feel like father to me. Now, the whole time, he's sitting there talking to Gerald, he eating cornflakes. Regular cornflakes, out the box. Listen, if you eat plain cornflakes out the box, you got a tapeworm. You hear what Miss Honey tell you? If you eat plain cornflakes, because if you take a teaspoon of milk and throw it on the cornflakes, they'll turn into mush, gruel. You eating them dry out the box, you got a tapeworm. You need to go to the doctor, Marvin. We see where Luke is actually producing Fame's tape confession. Lou is actually producing Fame's tape confession, you guys. He's actually producing it. Okay, now Miss Shirley done heard it. Okay, Marvin done heard it. Right? They don't know what they hearing per se, but Lou know, and it's a problem. It's gonna be a problem for him, and it's probably gonna be a problem for Fame moreover. Okay, we see where he realizes when Marvin comes in and says, Ninja, you went over to Scrap's mama's house? And Lou is like, what are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about. He's like, Ninja, you got so black out drunk that you went over to Scrap's mama house and told the whole situation. And Lou was like, why would I don't, this is some rock stuff. See, and he said, if I did this, why wouldn't I be locked up? I mean, hello. And he realized why you accusing Rock. Rock is the reason why you ain't in jail. Rock is the reason why you know, instead of them coming and bust your door down and tell you, that Marvin is telling you. Yeah. And he trying to skim by that. Like, I just don't make no sense. Like, why would I? Like, and Marvin is like, no, Ninja, you're not getting it. You're not understanding. You have royally mucked ish up. Not just for the Thomas family, but for yourself as well. And you and me about to get this together. We about to fix this. So you might as well get your mind right about on what we got to do to make this right. Okay? You might as well get your mind right about it. Lou is still moderately drunk. It seems like he is always kind of like a steady drunk, right? And instead of him gathering his things up and going with Marvin right now to get this straight, he decided, I'm going to wipe some tables down and tidy up a little bit, because as long as I'm in this building, in this place, I'm not in trouble. You drunk as Cooter Brown 24/7 now, but I ain't in no trouble. Yeah, trouble wear many masks, Lou. In walk his mama, Helen Willis. And this what I say. At the same time, Rock is a lot like her mama. Rock is a lot like her mama. Except she ain't begging nobody. Okay? Helen Willis come in there, and at the same time she demeaning him and degrading him. She begging for money. I need money. Rock been short and I need money. And your brother say you own this place, so I know you got money. This all you got? This all you got? You just like your daddy. This what killed your daddy. Drinking and being in these bars. He said that ain't what killed daddy. That ain't what killed daddy. Me and you know. You wore him thin. This what he trying to tell her, right? It's fine. It's just more reason why he got to drink. She go on about her business, right? Marv takes Lou over to Scrap Mama house. And they out front. He gives him a gun. And he says, You know what you got to do. And Lou is like, I don't know how all this happened. I don't know how all this got out of control. At the same time, he drinking, and Marvin say, this why. This why. You stay looking up from the inside of a fifth or something. Huh? You're drunk. You're pissy, you stink, you're incompetent, you're not accountable, you can't hold nothing together, you can't cure nothing and won't nothing die, Lou. Now get this gun, get your ish together and go in there and get rid of this problem. And Lou's like, listen. It's you, Lou, or it's her. Now Marvin knows if he don't get Lou to get this done, get this taken care of, he gonna end up having to take care of Lou, and he gonna have to end up taking care of Scrap Mama, right? But Rock made it clear, we can't have Lou out here doing this and being in the streets and doing what he's doing. And Marvin is desperately trying not to be Ronnie. Y'all know Ronnie had to unalive his own brother, and he did it for villainous reason. But do you have any idea what unaliving Lou would do to Marvin? Lou gets the gun, goes into Scrap's mama's house, and he tells her, when she opened the door and let him in, she thinking she gonna get some more tea about what went on, and then she could take that down there to Detective Howard. He pulls the gun out. He don't have no time to talk, right? He not drunk. He moderately drunk. You know what I'm saying? He functioning drunk, right? Like a steady drunk. And he tells her, this is how it's got to be. I don't want it to be this way. This too is my fault, but this is how it's got to be. He shoots her once in the head. She goes down and he stands over her again and shoots her again. And then walks outside, out slowly, gathers himself, and gets in the car at the same time that we hear 50 Cent going over his end of show narrative. And he's talking about all the ghosts. That ghosts, you know, you think it's going to be spooks and spirits. A lot of times it's the memories. It's your own memories. It's the things in your head that you've locked away, not wanting to discuss it, not wanting it to get out. But eventually these ghosts do come tumbling out of your closets, huh? Your secret places like bones and skeletals and things. And that is how the episode ends, you guys. This is a absolutely wonderful leg of the franchise. I don't know. Episode 8 is next. I think we're supposed to have 2 left. So we got 1 more after this one. Y'all ready? What do you guys think about some of the things that I've said in doing this episode analysis? What do you think about the characters? I wanted to talk a little bit more really quickly about Ronnie, because I can see him grooming Kanan. Right? I could see how he could be Breeze in that aspect, because Kanan really looked up to Breeze. All right. It's just these learning these weird idiosyncrasies and these proclivities that Ronnie has. To me, he doesn't feel like Breeze. But again, I don't know who Breeze was. I don't know who Ronnie is, except he doesn't feel like he was loved by his mother. It was the reason that he would separate Kanan from his mother, right? That whole conversation he had with Fame, it was really like, that was really something for Kanan to be learning, to be contemplating, to be mulling over, right? Because he about to separate you from your own mama, right? Okay, I feel like I kind of called that Ronnie was Breeze. Because remember I talked about the evil parrot? Ronnie is Kanan's evil parrot, right? Like the devil on Kanan's shoulder, and Kanan was the devil on Tariq's shoulder. In saying that, I feel like now that I think about it, I essentially was saying that Ronnie is Breeze. Right? Because he's the one that is grooming Kanan, teaching him, showing him how to menace, how to intimidate, how to run an empire through strong fists, through not giving a god darn about nobody. And we saw this over and over and over again when in the original power when Kanan unalived his own son and didn't think twice about it. Right? He could have only gotten that type of energy from Ronnie. Now, it also means that if there is some other breeze that comes in, that breeze is going to have to undo a lot of what Ronnie has already put in place. And I just don't see that being the case. He is imprinting on Kanan in a way that I don't know that the two going forward would ever to be able to separate. Even to separate them, the body from life is the only way that's going to separate them. Otherwise, these two are always connected in the spirit. Kanan's going to always be given this same energy, this Ronnie energy, this breeze energy. So if there is another breeze coming from somewhere, he's going to have to be a powerful force to undo what Ronnie is doing now. Because Ronnie is positioning Kanan where ain't nobody going to be able to tell him nothing. Y'all, mark my words. Y'all put it down below. What do you think? I want to hear what you think. If you can't comment down below, please try to join us tonight on TSF Entertainment. Tom Singer French Fry at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. Stay warm, stay snuggled up. Don't forget to let your faucets drip. And until next time, honeybees, I holla.